First shot is up and in. Gate City looking for shots 3 and 4 from the free throw line this quarter. So far, they are 2 for 3 this quarter.
Got about 30 seconds. She makes this.
Up and in. Snyder down by 4 for Virginia High. 32.2 seconds left. 25-21. Not in the favor of the Cats.
No. But, again, it is what it is. You're going to halftime.
Very manageable game.
Yes.
And you still get a chance to shoot some shots here.
Get a quality shot here.
Referee's having a conversation here.
I thought it was a foul, but I think he's going to say inverted whistle.
Yeah, an inverted whistle. All that did was take 8.2 seconds off the clock for the Cats.
And now we got to inbound the ball.
On the bad side of the floor, too. Inbound to Bailey. Bailey back to Lee. Bailey drives out to Sidnor. And Jada Campbell loses the handle of the ball there. Had a 3 all to herself.
But, again, there's a lot of – they're letting them get away with a lot of hand checking down there at that time.
14 seconds left. Gate City gets across the midcourt line with 10 left.
Get a big stop right here.
Down to 5. Thompson drives to the hole with 1 second left. Up, off back iron, bounces around to no avail. We're going to the half, 25-21. Bearcats down by 4 going into the second half. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with you.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
When it comes to saving money, don't act like a baby.
Goo goo gaga.
Be the boss and make a budget.
I'm the boss, baby.
You're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of you.
Are not.
M2.
Are not.
M2.
Need a little help?
Aren't you going to do any work?
I'm very busy delegating.
Create a personalized savings plan.
We could share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
And get other tools and tips at feedthepig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. Go to readyvirginia.gov and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by Ready Virginia, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
The Bearcat halftime report with Mark Harr and Reese Sidnor. Coach, you had the Bearcats scored 13-10 in the first quarter. They outscored the Gate City Blue Devils. Second quarter didn't really go their way with 8 points to 15, and you're looking at a 4-point deficit here at the half, 25-21. Coach, what kind of trends you got from the first half?
I'm really surprised Gate City tried to force the issue with us. They're trying to play fast-paced with us, and again – my thinking is maybe they're going to come out here and say, hey, you know what? There's not a lot of teams that can play with them, so we're going to try to do the same thing. And they're not going to do that defensively, try to press us, because I think we can break the press with them. But they're trying to push the issue offensively, and I'll be honest with you, when I look over to our bench over there, our girls, they were breathing heavy a little bit there.
Yeah, I think this is something the Virginia High team has not seen all year, and that's a team that wants to play that fast right with them. And that could be a very, very tough difference maker here, because you talked about Gate City being the team that gets winded. They don't look very winded thus far.
No. And again, Sarah Thompson, I'd say that, even if she doesn't score a lot of points, she's going to bring energy. Like I said before, it's a kid who's playing hurt. She's playing injured. And it's, you look at that kid, and as a coach, say, look with that kid. This kid is out here basically playing with one hand right now, and she's trying to give you everything she got to get to that next game. So I think she's an inspiration to our teammates right now.
No doubt. 5 points with a cast on her wrist. That's something to think about.
And she brings the speed element to Gate City. You take her out, they don't have that speed element. She brings it.
And Coach Timmons, with his famous short halftime speech, has the Virginia High girls back on the court. What do you think he told them in the locker room, or what would you tell them?
I think Coach Timmons went in there and said, girls, be honest with you, I felt like we haven't played bad. A lot of our shots there, like you kept saying, like it hit everything around the rim there instead of just going in. So I think here in the second half, some of those buckets are going to start falling for us. Now, Gate City in reverse roll, a lot of stuff they shot up is going in for them. Honestly, I don't think we played bad. We gave them some open looks at the three-point line. They hit those. But be honest with you, I don't think we played bad. I think he's probably going to tell the girls, just come out the second half, play like we're capable of playing, and we're going to go to the next round.
Yeah, and you talked about the three-pointers being the deathly issue. At one point, Bird had 3 threes, and that was the only 3 field goals they had, and they've expanded on that by a lot and some.
And that's huge. If you can hit those, that's going to get you back in the game real quick. I think at the point we were up 12-10, maybe 13-10, and you look at that and you're just, like you said, she hit 3 of those and that 1 free throw. You take those away, we have a big lead there. So
now on the opposite end of things, if you're Gate City, what are you telling your team?
I think Gate City, she's going to tell them, hey, girls, that we're in this game. We have the lead. Nobody gave us a chance to beat this team. This team is supposed to be hungry. We're wanting to get to the next game. And I think she's pleased with what she saw. But, again, she's going to tell them this game is not over, that we have a whole second half. Don't come out here and have a letdown in the second half, that we can play with them. We can play with anybody. I'll be honest with you. They might say that, she might tell their kids that, if we were over here, that they would be the district champs. It's one of those things. You try and get in their mindset that you don't want them to lose this momentum right now.
Yeah, and they definitely have a lot of that. The shots just weren't falling for the Cats, and that has to change at some point. Basketball's a game of runs, so you have to see how it turns out. Folks, we're going to go back to another commercial break before we come back out. For a reminder on the next game, sponsorship mentions, and this week in college basketball, what to expect here in the second half.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
In the wake of a hurricane, your monetary donation can make a huge difference to those in need. To donate, visit supporthurricanerelief.org. That's supporthurricanerelief.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Bearcat Den here, folks. The only stats that we really have here for you is you have 9 points from Jada Campbell, the leading scorer for the Bearcats. Allie Sidnor with 5, and Amaya Lee with 4. And that's basically a lot of your scoring here for the Cats this evening. You have Bird with 9 so far. You have Powers with 4, and Light with 2 for the Gate City Blue Devils. And you also have to include that Thompson, coming off the bench, has 5 points so far for the Gate City Blue Devils. Folks, the winner of this game goes on to Thursday at 5:30, and if the Cats are there, we'll be there with them. If not, Gate City will play the winner of Tazewell and Ridgeview, I believe.
Yes, Tazewell and Ridgeview play the winner of them.
Well, big thank you out there. Make sure we give them a shout-out to our sponsors. Give State Line Motors a check out on Euclid Avenue. State Line Motors right across the state line. You can check out their inventory at statelinemotors.com. And also make sure you check out BSN Sports. Thank you to them. Thank you for those nice people for helping us out this year on this the first annual Bearcat Radio introduction. Coach, I don't know if you watch very much college basketball, but
I do. UVA fan.
Big UVA fan, huh? What's your takeaways from the ACC this year so far?
I mean, I think right now it seems like it's upside down other than UVA. I think Duke struggled a little bit, but I think they're starting to get their legs underneath them. I mean, they're going to be there at the end. North Carolina struggled some, but again, North Carolina is one of those teams that, they struggle and then they make a run in the end. It's kind of like Kentucky. Kentucky, it's like every other year with all those freshmen, they always seem to struggle, but right at the end of the year, they make that push, they make that run, and somehow they get to the Final Four or something.
Speaking of Kentucky, though, they haven't got the wheels right yet. Do you think they get them?
It's tough. It's tough to count them out, though. I mean, you would think to count them out, but again, they're just one of those teams that, you just never know. They catch on late, and next thing you know, they make a run, and they're unbeatable. Yeah. I think it is late in the season. They usually kind of get going by now. But, again, I wouldn't count them out. They got that pedigree. I wouldn't count them out.
If you looked at Kentucky's record and it didn't have the University of Kentucky symbol right beside of it, you would have counted them out by now.
Well, yes, you would have. Like, again, the pedigree. I mean, it's
blue blood, yeah.
I mean, Gate City has been used to winning. They've had some really good girl teams in the past. So even this team right now seem to be struggling for this season. They're used to winning, so they're going to give you everything they got, and they're used. They've gotten past this round. They've been there. So, you gotta give them credit. They're used to winning in these type of atmospheres. So, I mean, you just never know what's going to happen tonight.
So, what do you expect to see coming out in the second half from the Gate City Blue Devils?
I'll be honest with you. My question is, can they stay with this pace in this second half? You got to realize Taylor set some into that first early on second quarter with those 2 fouls. We get her going. Jada has 9. If we can get them going, can Gate City hang with that pace? How many points did Taylor have right now anyway?
Taylor has...
No, they haven't changed it yet.
They haven't changed the board back on us yet. Inbound to Bird. Bird out to the light. Calls out a play. Shuttled by Sidnor. Jada falls down. Light with the ball on the right wing. Pendleton up for 3. Off, but Light comes down with the board. But she had to fight for it there, that's for sure. Bird up for 3, in and good.
Again, that's one of those wide open looks. But you can't fault there. We was trying to go for that rebound.
Kamiley with the ball past half court. Hands off to Jada Campbell. Running a little bit of a weave action here. Taylor Owens with the ball now. Oh. And Taylor Owens drove to the hoop there, had a perfect lead pass, put the ball on the floor, and got fouled on the way up for 2 shots here.
My only issue is, it's like tonight, it's like the buckets just won't fall for us right now.
That's weird, especially with it being on your own floor.
Yeah.
Taylor Owens' first shot in and good. Cat shot 7 for 9 at the free throw line in the first half. Now 8 for 10. 9 for 11 now with Taylor Owens' second going down.
Let's get a few stops here. If you get a few stops here, then they're going. I guarantee Gate City will turn to Thompson to try to bring some energy back.
Bird on the right wing. Dishes out to Light. Light tries to drive, has to dish back out to Stapleton. Stapleton is right off the hands to Taylor Owens. Taylor Owens trying to take it by herself, 3-on-1, but she finally pulls out. Amaya Lee across the court to Jada Campbell, up for 3. No good.
Got a rebound.
Ball goes out of bounds, Gate City basketball. Got to follow your shot there if you're Jada Campbell. Had a wide open lane to do so as well. Gate City to inbound. Stapleton across half court. Got Bailey with the body there. Should be her second. See if they give her the 2 shots though.
Oh, they're gonna give her the continuation there. But I thought that was a great job of Kerrigan. I don't know why she kind of had her hands on the ball. And she kind of just let go.
All she had to do there was keep them on it.
Yeah, jump ball.
First shot's up and rolls out.
Like I said, again, eventually we got to start. Some of these balls got to start falling for us.
Yeah, and 4 for 7 from the line so far for Gate City tonight. He's that little hop step. Give her a lane violation. The shot's no good.